Who am I? Today our title is Feedback is very important for you. A captain in the USA Army said the following: "My experience has taught me that good leadership is first about understanding yourself and then using that understanding to build an excellent organization." Good leaders take the effort to find out who they are, because they know, if I know who I am, I'm able to lead in a better way. Good leaders know their own strengths and their weaknesses. They even admit to their weaknesses. They don't say, "No, I'm not like that." They admit to that. They understand their own temperament. They know which experiences inspire them and which ones tire them out. And as a result, they have successful habits for their work and their daily, monthly, and seasonal rhythms.
Und natürlich auch saisonbedingte Rhythmen haben sie auch gefunden.
They know what they are capable of and what they are not capable of. They do not pretend to be something that they are not. They know they can't or don't have to be able to do everything. In Proverbs 15 verse 21 and 22, we read the following Bible verse: "Foolishness is a joy to a fool, but a man of understanding stays on the right path. Plans come to nothing where there is no counsel, but where there are many counselors, they succeed." Before I went into full-time ministry, I was working for a large chartered accountant company in South Africa, and they took a lot of trouble to develop the key leaders and managers in the company. And I was sent on a seminar like this, and beforehand we had to fill in a whole lot of questionnaires. My colleagues, my bosses had to also fill out forms. I had to fill out forms, and we spent 4 or 5 days together where we had to do a whole lot of work on these questionnaires, and at the end, as teams, we had to evaluate each person and see which role they played in the team naturally. And they defined me, but what I found very interesting was the tasks of the others in the team. And the one that I never really took notice of was the creative one, the one who's totally creative. And what they said was, when this person, out of 10 suggestions, only has 1 or 2 that you've never would have had in your group or would have discussed these 2 things in your group, then this person has brought their part. And that was a whole new thought for me. And later, when I was on an eldership team in South Africa, we had someone just like that. And I realized that in this point, I'd matured, because I could actually work with this person. If I had not understood who she was and who I am, I would have messed up in this relationship, because she was actually very creative, but wasn't very practical. And I'm a practical person. I see what one should do, what could work and what couldn't work, and she really helped me. And so to understand who you are takes a journey. And to shorten this, to make it easier for you to come to that knowledge of who am I, you need feedback from others. And this can accelerate your growth. And so, how do I get this feedback? We see in Ephesians 4, verse 15, it says, "But let us speak the truth in love, and in everything grow up into Him who is the head, Christ." I think we do have various sources for feedback. The first one for me is my wife.
Auf jeden Fall meine Ehefrau.
She lives with me, she knows me, and I can say that much of who I am today is thanks to her, because she confronted things and she was right. And so I took this and I worked on it. She understands situations and sometimes better than me, and I'd say, be careful there, and she would say, watch out for that. And so it's been very important for me. What is important, though, is that she has always spoken the truth to me in love, and that made it easy for me to receive that truth. I think chosen mentors are also very important, a good source for feedback. It's a good thing that in the area where you work, in the area where you need new impulses and tips and help, that you find people that are ahead of you. I have a couple worldwide that I can phone and say, I have a situation, what do you think about it? When they come here, then they speak into my life here, and it's so important and healthy for me. Do you have friends who speak to you in love? Do you have a team that is prepared to speak to you? And it's, so often I see teams where the leader has almost separated him from the team or lifted him above the team, and his team can't even address things. If you're a team leader, your place is right in among your team with an open heart and preparedness to hear counsel and feedback from your team. And then I think these scientific analyses do help. They are worked through, and they analyses of who we are, how do we tick, what makes us different to others, what strengths and weaknesses do we have. And today there's so many of these tests. The DISC one is well known, Strength Finders is well known, and these can help us so that we get feedback with the goal of saying, I want to be a better leader. And today, of course, again, I have some questions for you to apply. Number 1, do you have a person besides your spouse who gives you honest feedback? And secondly, do you always really listen? If you have these 2 things in your life and you practice them, then you are on the way to be an outstanding leader.